Penn's Peak Radio, man. On a sing-along Wednesday, man, we got a little bit of something for everybody. Just a really bad variety show. That's what it is here. Just a bad variety show. But somehow it works, man. Works for everybody. Listen, coming up, I know all the guys in the band, had them on my show, had them playing on my show. They've been in the studio. I mean, they've been all over the place, and it's good to have them coming back. I'm talking about a show that's coming up here at Penn's Peak, and it'll take place on April 12th, and we're talking about the American Led Zeppelin, if you will. Get the Let Out. They do a hell of a job, and Andy Lipke's on board here with me on the show. Andy, are you there?
I'm here.
How the heck are you, man?
You know, I could say that I've done worse, and I think I'd be right in pretty much every possible way because I'm sitting in a beachfront restaurant in Highland Beach on the east coast of Florida, and it's like 80 degrees, and there's a nice breeze coming off the ocean. So I really don't know that I've been better too many times in my life.
Yeah, I hear you, boy. I mean, my buddy and my cousin Dustin, boy, he's he's got a tough life, right? I mean, driving around, you guys down there in the sand and sun and fun. I mean, just doesn't get much better than that.
No, it really doesn't. The show's been great too. We did Jacksonville, Gainesville, Orlando, then we did Tampa, Tallahassee, and now we're going to do West Palm tomorrow, but we have a day off tonight.
It's really amazing knowing the humble beginnings of Get the Let Out. And I go back and I say really humble beginnings from like 9.5 years ago when it was, I don't know if it was the first, but I believe the second time that you were here at Penn's Peak. And I had you on the radio show because we're 9.5 years into it with Penn's Peak Radio. Paul and, all you guys. Paul and Paul. I mean, I don't know. How many Pauls are in the band now? Like 7 or 8?
Yeah, right? 2 Pauls now, so we're weeding them out.
Weeding the Pauls out. Out go the Pauls and Get the Let Out. Only kidding. Great guys. First of all, great guys, good friends. But humble beginnings. Going back like 9.5 years ago on my radio show, and what it's really all culminated to with you guys. I mean, now doing at that time you were happy to play Penn's Peak, which you still are. I know it's an awesome venue. Paul, when he gets on stage, always says that as it was a great starting block, and a starting point for you guys, and still one of your favorite places to play right here at Penn's Peak. But how it's grown into now a bus and up and down the East Coast and even further out west. I mean, it's grown, Andy. It's really grown.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, a lot of it has been. I mean, the majority of it has been supportive fans and people who come see the shows because when people come see a show, other people are interested in presenting the show, and then when people come see that show, and so on and so forth, it's like a lovely house of cards that is either building or falling. But it's also been the support group of the people involved, having Dustin come on board, and he's such an amazing jack of all trades, driving the bus when the bus breaks down. He's the bus, he's doing tour managing, he's doing advancing shows, he's booking shows, he's dealing with promoters, he's coming up with great deals that work for everybody, and he's also managing 13 prima donnas at the same time.
Yeah, how about, well, at least you admit it, Andy. At least you're admitting it anyway. That's, there you go. Listen, but I'll tell you what, it's all fun, and it's not without hard work, and it's not without an ups and downs of a band. I mean, I don't know, gosh, man, I've been around this whole entertainment thing for a long time. I've seen my share of prima donnas, believe me, and but I've also seen a lot of backstage stuff. I've seen a lot of things that go on with bands and the ups and downs that they have, and the changing of personnel for sometimes the most bizarre reasons ever, where in fact you guys are so intact with each other, and that you guys have been, just right there. That the cohesiveness that you guys have now is, and you know this, and credit where credit is due, is absolutely amazing with what you guys do. Led Zeppelin is and the music that Zeppelin put out is Some of the most difficult music to play and sing, but yet you guys all do it so damn effortlessly, and you are also damn good at what you do.
Well, man, I really appreciate that. I mean, I think my prima donna joke is, it's half serious, but I mean, the truth is,
right,
where it's not serious at all is that, like, I think one of the things that helps us with that is that we all hold each other to a really high standard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any kind of situation where if somebody notices somebody playing something that feels a little bit like it's straying from the record or isn't what we remember it being, you bring it up, and the other person says, "Oh, really? Let's check it out." It's never like, "Hey, forget about it, man. You don't play this instrument," or "What are you talking about?" There's none of that sort of ego conflict when it comes to the music. I think we all know how much value the audience puts on hearing the music the way that they remember it and the way that it is on those records. And also, if we're going to get up and on stage and say, "This is what we're aiming to do," then every single one of us has high standards and has a really, we put a lot of weight on our individual integrity as musicians. So that means that everybody has to pull their weight. And now that a lot of us are on in-ears, we're hearing everything that everybody does. So I'm telling you, literally one person changes one tiny little thing, and the next break, three of us are like, "Hey, what happened in that?
Mm-hmm.
What happened right there, that one part?"
Right.
And it's part of what makes the project grow is that we're continually challenging ourselves, but we like to challenge ourselves. We don't want to rest on laurels.
Right. No. Well, I'll tell you what. It's evident. It is very well done. Those of you, there are always a few in the crowd that have never seen you guys before. Right. Always a few. A majority have, and they're the ones that are jumping on tickets early. But I will tell you what. If there's anybody listening to this show now, and I've got a few that are on board here with me on this Wednesday, let me tell you something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable musicians, unbelievable Led Zeppelin music from right out of the gate. I'll tell you what, it is hands down the best of the best with Get the Let Out. That I give you guys that. Even members of the band, Paul, both Paul and Paul, I believe, were, even were over across the pond. I mean, they were over there. Robert Plant. I mean, I know they sat in the same room with Robert Plant and I believe even Ozzy over there at one time. I mean, you have you're deep rooted in this.
Right.
I mean, totally.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's great about the music of Led Zeppelin is that it's so dynamic. I'm involved in lots of different music in my career. In addition to the music that I play with Get the Let Out, but one of the things that always comes back is that this music has an energy to it, a coolness to it, an attitude to it, at the same time as being theoretically and musically complex and interesting and eclectic and dynamic and all those accolades and adjectives you can find to put on in front of it. It carries all those, but at the same time, it carries it with a certain kind of swagger and a certain kind of coolness. So it makes playing it live so much fun.
Right.
Whereas, other bands might have a couple of songs that are really fantastic and then a lot of material that might be a little bit more obscure or a little less successful. Led Zeppelin's just unreal. You can't, when you start trying to count the hits, you can't even, you can't believe when you get to 20 and you realize there's like 7, 8, 9 that you forgot about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So you're coming off a whole Florida trip down there. That's where you are now, down there in Delray Beach. And again, just to recap here a little bit, how was the trip down there? Were there first time places you played, Andy?
Yeah, we actually had a really great experience last night. We played a place in Tallahassee called The Moon. Now, I guess it's been around for 30-some years. Real nice rock room with a nice big stage, and it was a Tuesday night, and it was kind of a gig that we took not knowing how it would turn out. It was a door deal, and most of the time we played for guarantees, but this was something where it was kind of going to be dependent on how many people came, and we were just like, well, we'll just take the risk, And it was unreal. It was unbelievable. The place was packed. It felt like a Saturday night. Everybody was having a blast. The promoter was super excited, so they'll be having us back there. I think we already have 3 rebooks for next year's Florida run. So it's looking like it's going to turn to be a yearly thing. Which between me, you, and everybody else, I can get used to that.
Yeah, how about it? I mean, you're coming up the coast, hitting West Palm Beach, Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, Charlotte, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, making your way right here to the peak right here, Jim Thorpe, April 12th. April 12th, get the let out, guys. Back into New Jersey, out to Williamsport, and then, gosh, you're getting upstate New York into Verona, New York, and Buffalo, New York, and Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yeah, and we're gearing up in September. September 25th, we're actually playing Red Rocks for the first time.
Nice.
So we're gearing up for a West Coast tour around that date. September 25th, we're going to be Red Rocks, and we know a bunch of people from the East Coast and our kind of hometown crowd have already got tickets and are catching planes out there and giving us some support, which really just blows us away. And just, we're just so grateful to those folks and to all the support from people who just keep coming out, But, I mean, I know what it's like to take your wallet out and buy a ticket. That's you really, saying in the most clear way you can that you support the music, and that really means so much to us.
Yeah, no, I know it does, and you guys have always said that from the get-go. You give it your all. You give it your all, no matter if it's a new place that you're playing to, and there might be 30 people there, or you're playing one hell of a venue where there's 3,000. It doesn't matter, and you know what? That's the mark of it all, right there. No matter what you no matter even what you do for a living, you give it your all. You do your utmost best every single time. You guys have done that ever since I've known you guys for the last 9.5 years, and it's paid off where you guys are kicking ass wherever you go and drawing crowds, and that's what it's about, man. And I've got some people that just emailed me, too, up in Buffalo, New York, and let me tell you, they're going to be up there Saturday, May 10th, Buffalo, New York, up at the Tariff Music Hall. So you Buffalo, New York people that are hanging out on the show right now, get the let out coming to you as well. But April 12th, they're coming in here to Penn's Peak. They're the Get the Let Out Led Zeppelin train is rolling in here, man. And I'll tell you what, it's sure as hell one that you don't want to miss. And please, Andy, I'll tell you what, we'll be talking about it from now until certainly next week till y'all get here. But tell all the guys I said hi. Safe travels. My cousin Dustin and all the guys in the band too. All the best to you guys. Safe trip, and we're certainly looking forward to you guys coming back.
Thanks so much, man. We can't wait.
And listen, we'll stay in touch, and like I said, we'll look forward to the April 12th show, guys. Get the let out coming here. Andy, all the best. I know you have the day off, the night off. I know you're probably straining yourself right now in Delray Beach, Florida, with sunshine and probably
very hard.
very hard.
Yeah,
there you go. And right now it's like 44 and cloudy here in Pennsylvania.
We'll try to bring some of this back with us.
Okay, do that. And pick up a couple of bikini girls that want to come back and join my show. All right, bring them with you. Yeah, do what you can. Bring them up. Smuggle them on the bus. All right.
Sounds good.
Dustin, tell Dustin when you load the bus up. What the hell? What are the girls for? Tell them. Hey, they're for your cousin, the doctor at PPR. So he'll understand.
I think he will. Yes, he will.
He'll understand. Listen, Andy, you guys are terrific. And you're very humble.
Thanks, man.
You're very humble, and I know you give it up for every person you play for, man, and that's what makes all the difference. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys next Saturday, man.
Can't wait.
All the best to you guys, and we'll see you soon.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man. Bye-bye. There you are, Andy with Get the Let Out. I'll tell you what, great guys, great bunch of people, and one hell of a show, man, I can tell you that. One hell of a show. Couple of Led Zeppelin tunes back-to-back that we'll do here for you. They're just so good and very down to earth, man. Very down to earth.
Searching all around, looking for my stick-up girl. I've got a horse that wanna follow me. I got a woman shit for me, I got a woman still drunk all the time. I said I got that woman, she gon' be true. Now in the bar, you can play the tops and drinking every time. My little another midnight shift, she roll around all the time. I get in trouble thinking nothing we can do, but I pack my bags and move on my way. with the guitars playing.